Welcome back, legends. Your support is my power. Don't forget to subscribe. The church was bathed in golden light, stained glass casting rainbows across the pews where 200 guests sat, their faces buried in their phones. I stood at the altar, my rented tuxedo stiff against my skin, the weight of the moment pressing harder with every tick of the clock. My bride, Sarah, was 45 minutes late. The air felt thick with anticipation, the kind that teeters between hope and dread. My best man, Marcus, leaned in, his voice a hushed mix of optimism and unease. Dude, maybe she's just stuck in traffic. You know how downtown gets. Traffic, I muttered, forcing a dry laugh. Right? Because the universe saves gridlock for your wedding day. The murmurs from the crowd grew louder, a restless hum. My mom dabbed her eyes in the front row, her smile brittle. Sarah's parents sat rigid, their faces unreadable. I adjusted my tie for the 10th time, trying to ignore the knot tightening in my gut. Then my phone buzzed in my pocket, a sharp jolt that made my heart lurch. A text from Jessica, Sarah's maid of honor. I'm so sorry. Check Instagram. My hands trembled as I opened the app. The screen loaded slowly, each second stretching into eternity. And then, there it was. Posted 20 minutes ago. A punch to the soul. Sarah, radiant in her wedding dress, the one I'd seen her gush over for months, locked in a kiss with her ex-boyfriend, Tyler. The caption was a knife. Sometimes the universe shows you who you're meant to be with. Sorry, not sorry. The church fell deathly silent. Someone else had seen it too. A guest's gasp rippled through the crowd, and whispers spread like wildfire, crackling with shock and disbelief. I locked eyes with the pastor, his face etched with pity, his mouth opening to offer some gentle platitude. Son, I think we need to. No, my voice was steady, surprising even me. I grabbed the microphone from the altar, the cool metal grounding me as I faced the sea of faces, friends, family, colleagues, all staring, some horrified, some curious. My mom's sobs were audible now. Sarah's parents looked like they'd been slapped. Ladies and gentlemen, I began, my voice booming through the church. Sarah's not coming. She's currently with her ex, Tyler. Posted it on Instagram 20 minutes ago, if you're curious. I held up my phone, the damning photo glowing on the screen. A collective gasp sucked the Vuzdufa out of the room. But here's the thing. You're all here. We've got this stunning venue, paid for in full. The caterers are ready with a 5-star spread, and the bar stocked to the ceiling. So, I paused, letting the tension build, a grin creeping onto my face despite the ache in my chest. We're throwing a party anyway. Open bar. DJ's ready. Let's celebrate me dodging the biggest bullet of my life. For a moment, the room was frozen. Then it exploded. Half the crowd sat stunned, mouths agape, while the other half erupted into cheers, clapping, whooping, as if I'd just won the lottery. Marcus snatched the mic from my hand, his eyes gleaming with mischief. He's serious, folks. Bartenders, start pouring. Let's make this the breakup bash of the century. What followed was nothing short of legendary, a non-wedding that outshone any wedding I'd ever been to. The DJ, sensing the vibe, cranked up the volume with a playlist of breakup anthems. Kelly Clarkson's Since You've Been Gone hit like a cathartic war cry, the bass line vibrating through my tux as I danced with my groomsmen, my cousins, and even my 60-year-old Aunt Linda, who was double-fisting margaritas. The dance floor became a rebellion, a middle finger to heartbreak. Guests I barely knew raised glasses to the groom who dodged a nuke, their laughter drowning out the sting of betrayal. Sarah's parents tried to slip out, their faces red with shame, but my dad, God bless him, wasn't having it. He blocked their path like a linebacker, his lawyer's voice cutting through their excuses. You owe my son $35,000. That's his half of this wedding. We're not done here. Sarah's mom stammered. We didn't know she was going to. Your daughter posted a photo kissing another man in her wedding dress. My dad snapped, his tone sharp enough to cut glass. She got ready at your house. You're telling me you noticed nothing. The truth spilled out like dirty laundry. They'd known Sarah was confused for weeks, torn between me and Tyler. They'd hoped she'd come to her senses and walk down the aisle. My dad, ever the shark, didn't let them squirm away. By the end of the night, they'd written a check for $35,000, every cent I'd poured into this day. I tucked it into my pocket, feeling lighter with every zero. Meanwhile, I was 3 shots deep with Marcus and a random assortment of relatives, toasting to freedom, resilience, and the fact that I hadn't cried yet. Sarah's calls started flooding in, 47 missed calls, each one more desperate than the last. I ignored them all, letting the music and laughter carry me. Then she showed up. An hour later, still in her wedding dress, the lace now wrinkled, her mascara smudged. Tyler was nowhere in sight. She tried to storm past security, her voice shrill as she screamed, "This is my wedding." I stepped forward, calm as a man who'd already won. I said, my voice cold but steady. Past tense. What happened to the universe showing you your soulmate? Her face crumpled, but not with remorse, with desperation. Tyler and I got in a fight. He said he's not ready for commitment. I made a mistake, baby. I want you back. I laughed, a raw, incredulous sound that echoed in the foyer. You posted our breakup on Instagram before even telling me. You humiliated me in front of everyone I know. And now Tyler dumped you. What? 90 minutes later. And you think you can just waltz back in? We can fix this, she pleaded, her voice cracking. 4 years, James. We've got 4 years. And you threw them away for a guy who couldn't commit for 2 hours. I pulled out my phone, the crowd behind me hushing to watch the showdown. Smile for Instagram, babe. I snapped a photo of her, tear-streaked and frantic, and posted it with a caption. When she leaves you at the altar, but the party goes on. Upgraded from bride to freedom. Best day ever. The post went viral. 50,000 likes in 3 hours, comments flooding in from strangers and friends alike. Sarah lunged for my phone, but security was faster, escorting her out as she wailed about her day being stolen. The crowd cheered louder. Jessica approached me later, guilt written across her face. I'm so sorry I was part of this. You warned me, I said. You're good. She hesitated, then dropped a bombshell. This isn't the first time. What? Sarah did this to her ex before you. Left him for you at their engagement party. Told him she'd found someone better. That was you. The revelation hit like a freight train. My stomach churned as I realized I'd been the better option in a game I didn't even know I was playing. Karma, it seemed, had a long memory. The party raged until 2 a.m. We demolished the gourmet spread, lobster, filet mignon, truffle mashed potatoes, and drained the bar dry. The wedding cake, once emblazoned with Sarah and James forever, was now a glorious mess, Sarah's name scratched out and replaced with freedom in messy icing. It tasted like victory, each bite sweeter than the last. I woke the next morning to a phone buzzing like a hornet's nest, 500 Instagram notifications. My post was everywhere, trending under headlines like, "Jilted Groom Throws Epic Party." News outlets wanted interviews. Strangers called me a legend. Sarah, meanwhile, had deleted her post, but the internet never forgets. Screenshots of her betrayals circulated like wildfire. She texted from a new number. "You ruined my life." I typed back, "No, you ruined your own life. I just refuse to let you ruin mine. There's a difference." Then I blocked her, feeling a weight lift with the press of a button. A week later, Jessica filled me in. Sarah and Tyler tried to patch things up, but it imploded in 4 days. Tyler had only shown up to the wedding to flex his hold over her, then bailed when she got clingy. Sarah took to social media, painting me as emotionally unavailable and claiming she'd had to find real love. My friends shut her down, flooding her comments with screenshots of her begging me to take her back at the venue. Her Instagram vanished soon after. 2 months later, I ran into Tyler at a coffee shop. He looked sheepish but extended a hand. "Dude, I owe you a thanks." "For what?" "Sarah was texting me for weeks, saying you were boring, that she missed me. I thought I wanted her back. Then after the wedding, she got obsessive. Called me 80 times in one day. I realized she doesn't want anyone specific. She just craves attention. Took me 4 years to see it, I admitted. You dodged a bullet, man. I threw a party on it. We laughed, an odd camaraderie born of shared betrayal. It was the strangest coffee shop moment of my life. 6 months later, I met Emma. She's a teacher, grounded and kind, with a laugh that lights up a room. She keeps her phone in her purse during dinner, doesn't live for likes or followers. On our 3rd date, I told her the whole saga, altar, Instagram, party, all of it. She laughed so hard she cried. "You threw a party at your own canceled wedding? Open bar and everything. That's the most confident thing I've ever heard. We've been together a year now, and it's different. No drama, no games, just peace. A word I'd forgotten the meaning of with Sarah. Jessica says Sarah's engaged again, her third fiancé in 3 years. I feel sorry for the guy. He probably has no clue what's coming. As for me, I learned something profound that day at the altar. Sometimes the trash takes itself out. When it does, you don't chase it. You throw a party and move on. That $35,000 check from Sarah's parents? It funded a bucket list trip to Japan with my boys. We hiked Mount Fuji, ate ramen in Tokyo alleys, and toasted to new beginnings under cherry blossoms. Best investment of my life.